Hi, everyone. Welcome to the PACE New York City Welcome Center YouTube channel. David and I are here today to talk about our freshman devised shows called Haven. We're really excited to talk to you about it. My name is tour guide Mitch. I am a freshman going on to sophomore BA actor as part of the International Performance Ensemble, which means junior year, we will be heading to the Institute of the Arts Barcelona in Spain to study Shakespeare and improv and all sorts of acting techniques, which we're really excited about. David's going to take it over here in a few seconds and just talk about what we got to do this fall.
Yeah. So hi, as I said before, my name is David. I am a rising sophomore directing student. So in addition to being a tour guide and a part of the Residence Hall Association, I also assistant directed a main stage production called To Clothe the Naked, as well as a studio production called Fugue. And I'm sure you're probably wondering, what is this international performance ensemble they're talking about? So the International Performance Ensemble is a creative collective of BA acting and BA directing students. From our freshman year, we were put together and we devised original works of theater. So in our freshman and sophomore years, we're split in half into two ensembles, and we create original shows with professional guest directors. And then, as Mitch said before, in the fall semester of our junior year, we study at the Institute of the Arts in Barcelona. And then we come back to New York City, and then we do some more devising. We're split into even smaller ensembles, groups of like 3 to 4. And then we create original works of theater based on short stories for our junior and senior years. So some of the major differences between BA acting and BA directing is that as an actor, you'll have more performance coursework. So in your freshman year, the BA actors and the BA directors, you all take the same classes, you devise together and learn different acting techniques and get that solid foundation. And then sophomore year is where more of that split happens. So actors take acting, movement, performance ensemble, vocal production, and directors continue with classes like directing lab, as well as directing, where they cast scenes with people in PPA. And then we're reunited in Barcelona, and we continue devising together. Both programs do have a senior showcase. So the BA actors have a showcase for agents, managers, and casting directors in New York City. And then for the BA directors, ours occurs at the Drama League, which helps connect us to industry professionals past their base paths. So although we are a BA program, we still have conservatory style training because our training is very field specific. And our classes, we take as many classes as they would in a BFA. It's still extremely intense. But the BA has a little bit of a stronger liberal arts requirement. So we like to say that it's conservatory style with a liberal arts worldview. So you're gaining a greater understanding of the different perspectives, which then makes you a better artist because you have a greater understanding of what's happening in the world.
Yes, and just like David, I've had plenty of opportunities to perform throughout the city at a bunch of different venues. I actually was part of a stand-up production show called the Dyatlov Pass Incident, which is an original work about 9 hikers that died in a mountain, and we might be able to take that around to different festivals this next year, which is really exciting. I'm also the newly elected president of Stand Up Productions, so you might see me. It's very cool. It's kind of the student production company that hosts a bunch of shows throughout the school year, so you might see me doing that. We're now going to get to the heart of the video about this device show, Haven, that we were in.
So our process kind of began in December. We were, our whole international performance ensemble, like all the BA actors and BA directors from our year, were brought into one room, and the head of our program, it was highly anticipated, but she split us up into 2 different ensembles. And so Mitch and I happened to be in the same one with our director, Sheila. And so our discussion began with discussing topics that we wanted to see represented in our show, topics that we were interested in, stuff that made us excited to create. One topic we were really interested in as a collective was love and relationships. So that definitely made its way into our process, and then that spawned into talking about topics like chosen family, friendship, the different types of way that we show love, community, identity, and we went through a series of different exercises, both physically and character-based, with those topics in mind.
Yeah, so we took these ideas that we decided we wanted to discuss or themes that we wanted to portray in our show, And we did a bunch of different exercises ranging from something called flocking, which is basically like advanced follow the leader, which helped us develop relationships between different people in our groups. We also had exercises in improv. So our director would interview us in character, and we'd have one-on-one conversations as our character, and we'd improv through different scenarios, situations between different characters, and then we'd kind of pick out a highlight or meaningful moments of those improvs, and we'd keep those and then kind of work them out, whether it's through writing or through more improv, until they are fully formed, fledged scenes.
We also had character development assignments every week. So in between rehearsals, we would go home and write stuff about our characters. We would collaborate with other people to create scenes and monologues from the show. Mitch was talking about some of the movement exercises. So during the flocking exercise, that's actually how a lot of our characters got into their different groups. So my character's name was Terrence. He is a young romantic. He was figuring things out with his sexuality as well as his relationship to his family. And my friend Lily, who was in the same flocking group as me, really connected with my character. So we wound up staying together throughout the whole activity, whereas half of our group went and split off. Our characters stayed together. So we were able to form our own relationship dynamics through the different physical exercises that we did.
And then I was a part of what we call the staff group. I was kind of the head of staff at this haven, this place for chosen family. And I had a bunch of different staff members: Lindsay, Q, Kay, Clay, a bunch of other characters played by my classmates. And so it was basically a relationship of a chosen family, all living in this one place, this haven, and how everyone was dealing with their own issues, but was able to still rely on each other the entire time. Things happen, drama ensues, as any good theater does, and it makes you ask a lot of questions about chosen family.
Yeah, and so my character was a part of the new group that was coming in. So there were four of us, and we kind of focused on the ways that we would adjust to this new facility. And it kind of wound up relating actually to our adjustment to Pace University and how we wound up adjusting into this new community and chosen family. So we were able to explore some of the things that we were going through in the first semester and then display them on.
So these rehearsals were an extension of our International Performance Ensemble class that we have. So we rehearsed on Tuesday and Thursday nights, whereas the other group rehearsed on Monday and Wednesday nights. It was a great time. We'd actually go get food before rehearsals, after rehearsals, hang out in between. It's kind of became like part of our everyday lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get to bond with the whole ensemble, like both groups, throughout all of your time at Pace, but you really form a special connection and relationships to the people in your smaller ensembles, because you are spending a lot of time together. And as Mitch said, we went for dessert adventures, we got food together, so we have a lot of amazing memories, both in rehearsals and outside of them.
But then, of course, coronavirus hit, and like everyone else across the nation, we had to transfer into an online format, which, as you can imagine, is very difficult for improv, movement-based theater. However, you got to make the show go on. The show must work. So we did find our own few ways of, making the process be productive. We found ways of using site-specific locations within our own houses, our own neighborhoods, that we had assignments to make scenes in them. We also had assignments to be our characters in our house for an hour, write down what the experience was like, interacting with your family, or, a phone call or doing an activity. And then we actually made scenes off of those. Some of those, and a lot of those actually ended up in the final piece. We also had videos that we filmed in different locations that we ended up kind of projecting onto our Zoom format in the final showing, which was really, really cool.
So our final showing was through YouTube live stream. And our show, along with another show that the other half of our ensemble did called Alive Awake, Alive Awake, Alive Awake Alert, was broadcasted to everyone across the world. Anyone could tune in, and people were able to watch as we did this in real time in our own homes. So we were able to reach faculty across the world as well as students and their families across the world. So it actually turned into a really special opportunity to be able to connect with people that may have not been able to see it in New York City.
We actually had to deal with a lot of technical issues. You have connectivity issues, you have lagging, you have to make sure that everyone's on the same page when you're trying to coordinate sounds, movements, passing of objects. So that's what a lot of rehearsals went towards. We also ended up doing a lot of script writing. So we'd go through and write scenes, learn kind of the science of how you do storytelling in this format in a literary way, which was a great learning experience. At the end of David and I's show, the actual last 2 scenes of it got cut off by YouTube because it violated community guidelines. I promise it didn't. We didn't do anything bad at all, but YouTube thought we did. So we actually had to transfer over to Facebook, so Facebook Live, so everyone could see the last 2 scenes. It was crazy chaos, but it was a very good time. And then afterwards, we hopped on Zoom. We got to talk with the other group about their show. They got to talk with us about it, and we got to celebrate, which was a really nice thing to still be able to do.
Yeah, it was so fun to be able to see their work because our ensemble is so talented, and it's really amazing to be in class and watching everyone perform. But this is the original works of theater that they created, so it was incredible to get to see the work that they went through and all of the amazing devising that they did as well.
We're actually right now in kind of a waiting period. David's going to go through in a minute what we're looking forward to in the future.
So traditionally in our program, if there weren't a pandemic happening right now, we'd have presented it in a workshop version for a live audience in this past spring, and then presented it full scale at a New York City venue in the fall. But we'll actually be doing that in the spring. We'll be having a live, we'll be having a live production with full scale sets, costumes, lighting, sound, and we'll have a month to rehearse and refine and create any adjustments that we might want. And then it'll be presented for the first time for a live audience, which is super exciting. We'll have to keep you I'll have to let you know the dates. So if you do want to come, you can see it. It'll happen at our Shaverly Studio Black Box Theater, which is an amazing case main stage performance venue where a lot of our productions happen.
As you can tell, we are very excited, very proud of our program. If you have any questions about the IPE program, about, conservatory style acting or theater school auditions, literally anything, go ahead and reach out to us on Instagram. We both love getting questions. I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope it stirred some interest in you for this program. It's very special, one of a kind across the nation, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
Thank you guys.